Hey YouTube, it's Bella. Hope you're all having a blessed day. I'm here with an arthritis vlog. I had an incident happen. I observed something and I wanted to talk about it as soon as I observed it because I just felt like it would make a good vlog and I felt like it would give me some peace just to talk about it and get other people's opinions on it. So let me know. I'd like to, get some opinions on it, how you feel about the situation. So the other day, a friend and I decided to help a senior put up some balloons at her party. It was a small party, and the senior has home health care. Home health care is when an aide comes in and helps you with little things such as housekeeping, all the way up to getting you out of bed and bathing you. She's somewhere in between the senior, and she had a new aide that day, and I know her usual aide. She's very nice, and I know her. And she had a new aide that day. And what happened was, me and my friend got there, and the aide and I met, and I said, okay, I'm ready to put up some balloons. And she was just like, really snippy, and she was just like, balloons for what? I'm like, oh, she's having a party today. And she's like, this will not do. And I was like, what was that? And she was just like, I don't feel comfortable around parties. Now, I understand people have so many things these days, such as social anxiety and things like that, and I really respect that. If that was a condition, she didn't have to disclose that to me. If she didn't feel comfortable, she didn't have to explain it to me. But I was okay with that. I was like, can you just help before the people get here? She's like, yeah, I will help you. So, when she does help me put the balloons up, and my friend and I had to take some breaks because we both have some chronic health issues, there was a part where something had to be rolled, and it was a circular motion, and you just roll it, and I wanted to attempt it. Now, I can't do heavy lifting since age 1 because I had a hernia operation, which they told my parents I cannot do heavy lifting since age 1, and then I also have arthritis and such like that, and also injury-related scoliosis. So, but I wanted to attempt it though. Like, I will not even. I will be the first one to ask if I need help. Like, I was at the grocery store and I couldn't pick up the stuff on the counter to put into the bags, and I asked the person to do it, and they were so sweet about it when I was in pain. But when I feel a little better, I want to push myself to the limits. I want to pick up the water cases. I want to pick up the heavy bags. I want to push and feel like a regular person for 5 minutes and feel like I did something and I did it, and I want to do that. I want to push myself, push my limits, see how far I can go. And I go to push it, and the senior knows my situation, and she said, no, no, don't push it. You're going to get hurt. You're very, very tiny and frail, and don't do that. And I said, no, I want to push, I want to try, I want to feel like I'm doing this, and I want to try it. And I wasn't feeling that great that day, but I wanted to attempt it. And she's like, I'll ask the aide to do it, because the aide is the strongest out of all of us. And the aide's like, no, 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 I'm not lifting that, I'm not lifting that. And she's like, no, you don't have to lift it. It was just something that you rolled. It was like a wagon type of thing. You just rolled it. And she said, no, no, no. And I was like, come on, let me do it, let me do it. And she's like, no, no, no. And I felt really, really hurt by that because she was able to do it, but she refused. And I am not able to do it, but I wanted to so badly to feel like I could do it. And it was really hurtful because it was like having no arms and then watching someone with arms do the wrong thing. I don't know, like, I'm not saying it was wrong or right. She has reasons to not want to lift it, that's fine. She didn't have to disclose that. But she looked as if, like she didn't want to, like she was real nasty about it. Like, no. I just, like, that kind of personality, I just didn't like it. And I was just like, okay, it's fine. And me and the senior, we did it. I think she helped the senior towards the end. So, after that, it didn't really ruin the day. It was actually, a great party. We enjoyed it. She went home, but it left like a thought in my mind. Like, like if I was able to have her strength, I would do that and then some. I would help people. I would help myself. I would enjoy every minute of life to the fullest. And another time, I give you an example. I went over to a relative's house, and they had a guest over, and they had a berry tree. And I was like, when you're not home, jokingly, I come here and I pick your berries. The berries are so delicious. And I'm on the tall side, but still, like, I'm on the tall side, but this tree is really high, and I jump to get the berries, and I love it, and it's just so much fun, and, sometimes I jump and I'm like, ow, and then I feel pain, and then do it again, and now again, they're worth it. And this person was, like, looking at me weird, and then I was feeling better that day. And I said, I want to put the plants on. What are you and your friend doing? And she's like, oh, I'm putting it with her friend. And then she's like, oh, me and my friend are gardening. And I said, oh, I want to garden, you know, I feel like strength and I want to give back and I want to give life to the plants. And this lady's like, oh, that's so weird and forget it, I don't want to do it. And she was so strong and I was just like, why is this person so bitter, you know? I was like, if you're so upset, let me do it. I'll do it. I'll garden. And I wanted to, but then she was already half done at that point, and I was just like, oh, wow. So, that also gave that my relative a new perspective of that person as well. So, having seen me suffer and having seen her